Welcome to Money Tree Savings. This is Reba. If you're returning, welcome back. If you're new, welcome. I'm so excited that you found my channel. I hope that you will stick around, follow me on this journey. I'm learning a lot as I go, and I love to just share all my little tests on how I can have fun saving and increasing my savings funds. And today is a big day for doing that because we're going to do our long-term savings today. So I'm very excited. We start every day by doing a roll for your savings goals, just getting one number per day that we save, and I do that using this challenge from Anna with Anna Banana Budgets. So I'm going to roll all 4 dice, and then that green dice is going to tell me which one of the other 3 I'm going to use to get my number. Green is D6, so my D6 is saying 6, so we will save 6 today. All right, starting off Sunday strong with a 6. And we need to move that money from my step 4 long-term savings bank, which I'm going to go ahead and take this out because this is what, well, nope. Hold on that thought. I'm going to take $6 out of here. I'm going to move it into this envelope for my Roll for Your Savings Goals challenge. So that's done. I'm going to take about this much. Maybe another 10. I'm going to take, oh, let's just do it this way, like $30 and leave it in my step 4 bank because I do that daily roll for your savings every day. It comes out of this bank. I don't want to deplete this bank today. I have done that before. So to avoid that, I'm going to set that in there right off the bat. Okay. The rest of the money in step 4 is what we'll be using today for our savings. And we have 100, 200, 250, 310 to work with now that we left that 30 over there. So that's pretty darn good. I'm pretty excited about that. So I'm just going to put this back in here for right now. We'll definitely have to break that down a little bit, but let's start with it there. And as a reminder, the bank for step 4 is funded by challenges that happen in step 3, and the bank for step 3 is funded by challenges in step 2, and the bank for step 2 is funded by challenges in step 1. So it's kind of like a conveyor belt process where the funds move on to the next step in the savings. And then step 1 is funded by the savings that I put from checking into long-term savings every month. And that money is the money I put into step 1. So kind of creates this trickle effect that goes over into step 4. Then things that complete in step 4 go into a designated savings fund like home, auto, medical, taxes, memories, etc. So that's kind of my 4-step process in a nutshell. And we are on step 4 today, which is very exciting because this is where you start seeing the savings funds grow. I will need this book again, but for now I'm going to set it to the side because I like to start with my 3 books that are designated to go to my auto fund. And one of them is this Outdoor Oasis book that I got off Etsy from Boy Mom Loves to Save. It's one of my absolute favorites, and I'm almost done with it, and it will save $1,200 when I am done. So I try to put, sorry, I'm getting all things I need for this. I'm trying to put $50 a week into here. That's my goal. And we just have these 2 pages left and 3 more Sundays, so that should work perfect because I do want to complete this month. It's not required, but that's my goal. So we are on this page, and I just start by scratching to see where I can get that's around $50. So let's go ahead and do that. So we're starting with a 10. Okay, and let's come up here. 16. All right, and 14. So 10, 20, 30, 40. I think we went a little less than 50 last week on this one, so let's go ahead and go again, and let's see what this one is. 12. Okay, that's pretty good. 10, 20, 30, 40, 52. I'll take that. I'm going to go ahead and clean these up. So I have the 50. Let's just go ahead and break down this 100 and get some smaller bills. So I grabbed a 50 because I'm going to need that for my Flintstone book as well. So I have 50, 70, 80, 85, 90, 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 100. Okay, so this 100 can go in the bank. I have over here kind of a larger bank of prop bills, and I do use prop bills to represent the money that I've moved over to my savings account. So I'm going to bring these over here to use on my challenges. I'm going to put the, yeah, like that. Okay, I don't know if you can, I kind of rearrange this a little bit. Maybe have it too far off screen. Okay, well, I'll try that. Okay, so we have the 50, then we need $2 more for this one. And the envelope for this is in my green binder here. Nope, nope. Yes, it is back here. Here it is. So let me come onto screen here. I have my envelopes where I keep the money here, and it shows that this is going to auto. And I just did a photocopy to create a dashboard, and I take out the money at the end of every month, but we should be completing it this month, like I mentioned. And we started this in October 2025. So we will add the 52 this week. And so for March, we are at 157. So we're $7 ahead of our goal of $50 a week. Why don't I take those 20s, put them in here, and grab that other $100 bill that I have back here. There we go. All right, and I haven't mentioned, I don't think, that it's Sunday. So happy Sunday. I hope you're having a great weekend. I hope your Sunday's going well. And I'm super glad that you're spending a little time either on Sunday or sometime after when you're watching this with me. I appreciate it. Okay, so our next book will be our Flintstones book. We'll set this aside. And we will mark this. We're done for that for the week. I love this book. Okay, I love this one too. This one is from The Budgeted Life. This one will save $2,615. It's also going to my automobile fund, and I also try to put $50 a week in here, but that $50 will finish this book in a year instead of 6 months because it's a larger amount that we're saving. And for this one, I have been rolling a D14, which I have in here. That's not it. That's the 20. Here's the 14. I can tell because they very kindly, well, I think it is. Yeah, they very kindly put an underline on the highest number on the die for me on this set that has the unusual numbers. And I appreciate it because otherwise it's going to be hard to tell. Especially, like, those are very similar. Okay, so we'll roll the D14. And it was a little off on the side there. So, okay, we're going to page 3. And let's see, so far these range from 13 to 22, so I don't know what we're going to get, and it looks like I've been rolling to pick a scratcher. Some of them I go in order and some I don't. So let's just start at the top for our count and go 1, 2. Whoa, there's a 25. All right, so that's half of our 50. We'll just pull in 25. All right, let's go to another page and see what we get. Page 9, the dot is on the bottom. All right, Betty, and this one has so far ranged from 2 to 15. So let's start counting from here. 1, 2. All right, let's see what we get. Looks like another 15. All right, so I'll put this 5 back and take a 20. So we are at 40. And let's go again. We got page 10. Okay. And these are pretty small numbers. Bam, bam here. And it looks like I've just been going in order. So let's see what this next one says. 2. All right. I'm kind of unsure what to do. We have basically 8 more to get to the 50. This book has some pages that are all 20s. So if I roll again, that's risky. I could scratch again because these are all pretty small. And since that was a 2, and there are a lot of scratchers on this page. But let's roll again. Let's save. Oh dear. All right. It's okay. Everything's fine. Back to page 3. Okay. Yes. Back to page 3. Well, okay. I don't have high hopes that we'll get a small number on here, but let's see what we get. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Ready? Okay. 12. Okay. So 10 and 2 for 12. That's not too shabby. So we're finishing with 54. I can put the 2 20s and the 10 back and take that 50 that we have back here. So we'll add 54 for this one. That's pretty good. And again, this is The Budgeted Life, the Flintstones Saver book. It's a lot of fun. I really enjoyed that one as well. And it's good savings for my automobile fund. Okay, let's see where that puts us for the Flintstones book when we're doing about $50 a week. And we are on week 3 for the Sundays in March. So we're at 151. Is that right? Okay. So let's change that 2 for 2 1s. And make sure this is 100. 50, 70, 80, 85, 87, 88, 89, 90. Nope. 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 95, 97, 99, 100. Okay, yeah. That's 100. So let's put that in the bank and we will replace it with a $100 prop bill. So this one's at 151. We are on track. Doing well. Okay, and I did forget to prep my daisies this week. I have, do I have more to add? I already added the last ones last time. Yeah, I added the last ones last week, I believe. Or I set them somewhere and don't remember where I put them. But I think I put them in there already. I'll figure that out later. But as far as my watch list for this week, I have watched a lot of videos like I always do. Let me see what we have for funds here. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 2, 4, 6, 160, 70, 80, 90, 200. Let's go ahead and save the 10. So I'll move this up here to the next page. So we'll save the 10. And I did the watch list for the Disney Sidekicks collab that I was watching. And so that was Rashonda with the Budgeting RT. So we will write down Rashonda. Didn't leave a lot of room there. And that was for the week of 3/8. And I watched her playlist, or ran her playlist and watched a few of them. And because that's what I'm doing as part of this collab, is also giving watch time to the creators here. Oh, I also forgot to write down the amount that her collab saved. It was $33. So the tinies that she created for this collab, I saved $33 on them. I know I'm writing that pretty small, it's hard to see. So, and then today we're starting on the ones from the Dramatic Panda. So I'll save $10 for the watch list. So that's why I got that out, so that I could mention what I'm doing here, so I'll write that down on here and save the $10. I watched a lot of videos, but I didn't like run any other playlists. So this week, so I'm going to add the $10 for my Positive Daisy playlist. And now this is at 120, 30, 45. I'll put those two 10s back and take a 20. There we go. And this will go to memories when it's I'm going to pull it quarterly and put that amount to my memory saving fund. All right, but the next thing that we're doing is our Wednesday Wanderlust book. I have this book from Champagne with Champagne's Corner and Ren with Mischief Managed Budgets. And it saves the amounts of the date of each Wednesday in the year. So for March, our next date is the 18th. So we're going to save that 18 in here. Even though today is only the 15th, I just go ahead and save the one for the next Wednesday since I have this in my long term and Sundays when I do my long term savings. So there we go. We'll mark that off and take 10. Well, let's see. No, I probably just have 15. I keep the money for that in here and I pull this every month. Yeah, so I have a 10 and a 5. So I can take the 10. Actually, I can take the 5. 18 and 5 is 23. So I'll put the 5 in and take a 20, a 2, and a 1. So there we go. And now we have 33 so far for March, and this will say 58 for March. And that's what I have for this one this week. All right, and that should be everything in my green binder for today. I do the other ones that are also long-term savings in there on a different day. But that gets us back to here. Let's see. So the next one we have in here that we save for long-term Sunday is this challenge from the Cozy Crafts by Angel. And these are unique days during the month where unusual things are recognized. And we have already done Cereal Day, Oreo Cookie Day, Fanny Pack Day. And what we have coming up, today's the 15th. So the 20th, 21st, and 27th is what we have left. And I'm doing the more budget-friendly version of the savings by adding the two numbers together. So for 27, I'm going to save 9. For 20, I'm going to save 2. And for 21, I'm going to save 3. So we could go ahead, the 20th and the 21st fall within this week. So we could save both of those and it will just be $5. So that's reasonable. So I'm going to put a little box around those two numbers and we'll put $5 in for this. And I have the envelope for that money right here. So let's see. We can put the 10 and 2 5s back and take a 20. And this is at 23 for the month. Okay. And then next we have this challenge from April with April's Fresh Start. And I did go ahead and throw in her dashboard because on the dashboard page she had a bonus savings page. We might do one of those today since we are working with a little extra money. But the one for March is this beautiful one here. And we are going to do, well, we have 3 weeks left and we only have 4 stickers left. So let's scratch one and see what it is. I'm going to start counting from here. So we'll do number 4, which is over here, and that's a 5. Okay, let's just do the 5 and then we'll go ahead and do a bonus one. So we'll put the 5 back and take a 10. Oh, I'm going to need to, let's break down this 10 and get some smaller bills. 5, 7, 9, 10. So total we had 12 because we had the 7 and over here we had a 5, so that's 12 and I have 12 here. So we will put this in here. That brings us to 27. So I'll put these 2 10s in here and take a 20. All right. Very nice. I just think these were so beautiful. April did a beautiful job with these. All right. With all of them, I think it's so pretty. It almost is like there are lights inside these pictures. They're just so beautiful. I don't know how. It's beautiful. Can't stop staring at it, April. So pretty. Okay. Up next we have a savings challenge book that was created by Anna and Lacey. It's Anna with Anna Banana Budgets and Lacey with Blue Kiwi Budgets. And they created a challenge for each month, and they were very creative in what they did, and it's been a lot of fun playing these games. So for March, we have one called Pay for Plants. And on this one, I need 2 of my die. I have my 2 Batman dice here. I got these from Eva with Budget Your Life. I have her Batman set and her Ariel set, and I love them very much. So pretty. Okay. But let's see what Batman has for us today. And we're trying to connect 4 numbers in a row. We roll both of these, add the numbers together, because on this board are numbers 2 through 12. And we try to mark off numbers for 4 in a row. Like if I get a 12, I'll have 4 right there. And that would be 4 in a row. If I got a 4, I could put it there and I would be well on my way here. So let's see what we get today. 9. 9 right here would be pretty good because we would be on our way here and here and here. That sets us up pretty good. Is there anything else that is better than that one? Okay, so I currently have 4 sets of the Crayola Click markers, and they're kind of similar one set to the other sometimes. So I have the classic set, the bold set, the neon set, and the pastel set. This one came in the other day. So I took them and I did swatches on these little pieces of paper with the name on the back. I used stickers to number them. So this is set 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then like 10, 1, 2, 3 through 9. And then I numbered my markers to match. So the orange stickers, this is neon 9. Set 3, number 9. So I can actually roll a D4 to give me which one of the sets, and a D10 because I have 10 of each marker. There's 10 markers in each set. And I can find my D10, and it can tell me which marker to use. So let's try that. So set 4 are my neon ones, or no, the pastel ones, the new pastel, and number 2 is that very light lilac color. So those markers are over here. Here it is. So number 42 to match that 4-2. All right. So let's see if this will even show up on here after all that. And we'll mark off that 9. So anyway, that's what I did today in all my spare time, is put little stickers on all of my markers and matched it up to these little swatches. So like if I was trying to find like just the right yellow, like you can't tell from looking at these markers what color they're going to color. Like that is one thing about these. It can be very hard to tell what color they are based on looking at the markers. So anyway, now I know if I'm looking for this, not this yellow, but I want this yellow, then I know which set to go to. Okay, that's enough of that. That's enough of the peering inside my brain. But yeah, that's not dark enough. So let's get something a little bit darker to mark off that 9. Okay, so that's 9. We'll bring this to the front. And let's go again. 12, that's what we needed. I mean, that's big savings, but so 12, 13, 14, 15, 20. I'll put all that back and take a 20. And we're going to put 21 in today, but we have 4 in a row. And I don't remember what you're supposed to do when you get 4 in a row, but I'll mark that 12. It says get 4 in a row to complete. So I won. I did it. Got 4 in a row. Here, let's just do a little celebration marking there. We'll probably still play again next week and see if we can get another one. But for this week, $21, that's a pretty significant savings. We'll stop there. And that gets us to 51 for this one for the month. So very nice. I will put that in my bank and take a 50. So $51 for this book. And the next one is from Pam. Again, this is a lot of fun. And it's free on their coffee shop. So you can get half of the months on Anna's shop and half of the months on Lacey's shop. And I'll have everybody linked below. But yeah, this is a great way to get some really fun savings challenges. And just everybody would really appreciate if you go grab any of these free items from their shop. Go to their YouTube channels, which is what I will link below, is their YouTube channel. Subscribe, watch some videos, interact with them, talk to them, give them a like so that YouTube knows that you're real and that you're not a bot subscribing, and it will let your subscription stay. But these games are a lot of fun. I really recommend checking it out. And we have next this set of games from Pam, because Pam, with the Miss Champion 1, created what she called the Almost Ultimate 2026 Savings Challenge book. And the community agrees that almost is not needed there because this is absolutely ultimate. It's an amazing book. It's very beautiful. It's got a scratcher and a game for each month, plus other challenges. I have her YouTube link below. Go check out her coffee shop where she has this for free, which is just remarkable. But we're going to do the scratcher and our pot of luck game. And I think we need to do 2 scratchers each week, and then 1 week we need to do 3. So let's just start here and see what we're getting. So that's a 2. All right. We're starting with a 2. Let's come over here. And 6 is 8. Let's go ahead and do the 3 this week. Now let's get this one. I think that's a 1. The 1 and the 7 are very similar. That's a 7. I think this is a 1. So we got 9. I'm going to put in this 2 and take a 10 and a 1 for 11. All right, and then I'm going to put this in the bank and get a 50. There we go. So we're at 51 so far, and then we'll see what we get on this game. Okay, and I've just been starting at the top each week and just doing 1 lap. And let me use a D4 since we are lower on spaces. Let's see what color will show up on here pretty well. Let's use this one. So we're going to go 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's $3. Okay. We're just going to remember that because we have it colored in a different color, so we can go back and look. 1, 2, 3, that's another 3. My little weeble wobble duck wobbles and does fall down. There we go, 6. And 2. 1, 2, we need a D4, which is what we have here. So we're going to save 4 for that one. So I'll cross it off. And I'll write 4 there just in case. So we're at $10 right now, so I'll go ahead and pull 10 forward because we have 3 and 3 is 6 and 4 is 10. All right, let's see where we're going next. Well, I think that was a 4, but we'll go 3. 1, 2, 3 is a D3. Okay, okay, little duck, I know. So it's a long day, right? Hard work. So we're getting a 2 for that one. It's a hard work being a duck. There you go. I put it back already, okay. All right, 2 there. And whoa, 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 okay, got it. And let's see if we get higher than a 1. Okay, so we finished. So we're doing 12 for this one. And we will just go ahead and put that in here. 10, 11, 12. All right. There we go. So that is a lot of fun. And then, like I said, she has a new set for each month. And then next we have a quarterly challenge. So I think that was all of our monthly challenges. I have this quarterly group play that's from Tara with Lifted Up and Living. And it's a quilt along group play that I put in my long-term savings here. And I am using these 2 colors for this. And the amount that I'm saving, I have been just rolling a die based, well, actually no, I'm going to pull a card based on what I pull in here. And this is my randomizer deck that tells me how I'm going to get a random number. And the 10 represents my Winnie the Pooh deck of cards. So I will get the Winnie the Pooh cards from the back here, pull the one from the bottom, bring it to the top, and I am out of cards. So I put those in as dividers so that I know when I get there, and the zeros. This also has 0, but I don't use the 0. So I kind of create this little Pooh and Piglet separator for all the cards. And all the cards are in here 1 through 10 3 times. So there's 30 cards here. 1 through 10 3 times. Can I shuffle this big? These are pretty big. Whoa. Can she do it? Kinda. Okay. There we go. Okay, and then I put them together like this, and I bring one from the back and pull it to the top. That way I can't see what's next, because you can tell kind of from the front of the card, like I can see the FIV, that's a 5. So, but when I have it like this and I pull it to the front, I can't. So we're saving 5 today based on my randomizer card telling me to use my Winnie the Pooh deck. So that's cool. We will throw 5 in here. All right, and then I'm going to color in this block, and I shall be right back. So that one's colored in, and I've saved the $5. And this is a complete mystery because all the numbers were chosen randomly, and I just put it in here and I don't write it down. So there we go. And we have 1 more week to save. We have 2 more Sundays, so we will either start the next one early or we will be skipping a Sunday. We'll see how it works out, because she's done 4 for each month, so that works out great. So you always have enough days to do it. So that's nice. So thank you, Tara. All right, and then I do have a few more quarterly things before we move on to our annual savings. And let's just do a check on how much we have left here. We have 60, 70, 80, 90, 95, 110. So we have like $112. Okay. So I'm just trying to decide if I want to go all out on this or not. I think I can. So let's just go for it. So this is from Carly with Budget with Carly. It's the Q1 2026 Moon Phases group play that she has for free on her coffee shop. And it's just such a cute theme with Snoopy. It's really adorable. And you have 2 options. Well, you have 3 options for how you save for this. So the bottom number, or the only number, depending, is the date of the actual moon phase. So for March, it was 3, 11, 18, and 25. So you could just save those dates. Or if you prefer a more budget-friendly option, Carly has put a number above here that is equivalent to the two numbers added together. So for the 18th, she also offered a 9. So you could do the top numbers and you could save 3, 2, 9, and 7 for the month of March and just ignore these two here. Oh, and that one. Or you can save all of the numbers. So then you're just saving a little extra. And that's what I've been trying to do. This gets really pricey because, you know, you're doing dates, and the 25th, that's a pretty good size number, especially when you're doing this weekly. So, but I think I can save the $10, $27 for both of those for this week, and we will see how next week goes. But for now, we can take the $27 and just mark off the 9 and the 18. It's a really cute challenge, and it's going to save a good bit of money for the quarter. And I'm going to cash this or move this over into a savings fund at the end of March, because that'll be the end of the first quarter. And so I am excited for that. And so far we've saved 150, 70, 75, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81. $181 in one quarter. So that's really good. And I'm not sure which savings fund that's going to go to. I might be planning to randomize the quarterly things. I'm not sure yet. I need to figure that out pretty soon, because the end of March will be here before we know it. All right, so that's that one. And then I have this seasonal one as well, which I started this before it was technically spring, but technically spring will be this week, later this week. So I've just put in the smaller numbers so far this month. I put in 2 5s, but maybe we should, oh no, I don't want to, I have, no. I just put a lot in that one. I'm just going to do another 5 for this one. And this goes for the whole season of spring and saves $150. So, and it's a set that I got from WildHousePrintsCo. Oh man, I looked it up, I wrote it down, I put it on my video, and I forgot to come down here and write it on the card so that I would remember while I'm actually recording the video. But we'll put 5 more in there. I think it's WildHousePrintsCo. So, or PrintCo, WildHouse. I'll have it in the description of the video as well. So there's the spring challenge. And now we're to Judy's 2026 Save $25 a Week challenge. And we are on week 3 of March. So we will color in that hat for $5. So I'll set the money there. And I need a color for the main hat. So let me just try this again. So set 3 is the neon ones, and number 5 is kind of a blue. So 35. All right, let's give it a try. Okay, there we go. I like it. It's different, but, and you know, I think I'm going to like rolling a dice to tell me what color to use, because I know you all know that you stare at something, you're like, what color should I use? I obviously could just use green, but I wanted some variety. Okay, so this one is from Judy with Save with Judy. It's a freebie on her YouTube channel. It's in the description. It's a link in her description of her videos, so go check that out. It's just $5, 5 times a month, and it'll save $25 a month, which will equal $300 for the year. So it's a nice savings challenge. It's for some consistency. There we go. And then we have this one from PR Money Roll on YouTube, or MH Finland on Etsy, and it's called the Runaway Egg Challenge. And we are rolling a D3 to see how many eggs we're going to do. We get to do 2 this week, and then we roll our color dot die to tell us what color we're going to do the egg, and based on that also how much we're going to save. So red is save $1. Okay, let's do the other one too. And green is $4. So we're going to do $5 this week. And we're going to do the first one red and the other one green. All right. Okay, and we have the $5 here. So the runaway part of this runaway egg challenge is when you get this runaway egg that's sprouted legs and running off, you pick one of the colors from the same row and then you save 3 times that amount. So I'm going to be doing that twice on this row, but the method that I'm using to determine which color to use for the runaway egg is whichever color I have the most of will be what I use for the first egg. Whatever color I have the second most of is the one I'll use for this one. And then like up here, I just used whatever color I had the most of for that one, and I went with purple. Here I only had one of each, so I think I rolled to see which one I would do, and then here I had 2 green, so I used green. So as we get down here, we got more and more of these little runaway eggs popping up, and they're 3 times the amount. So that's a lot of fun. This is a really cute challenge and I really enjoy it. And so we're adding 5, and we've already saved 115 on this one, so that's really cool. All right, and so next we have our colorful savings from Eva with Budget Your Life. I got this on her website, and I'm doing the same thing here, rolling a D3 to see how many circles we're going to do. And then for this one, I didn't have the chips that come with this game if you purchase the physical version. So I decided to use my phase 10 cards. Let me set this here and bring these in view a little bit, because they are numbers 1 through 12, and they are the same colors as this. So I will draw 3 of them. We're going to do 5 in yellow, 6 in yellow, but we'll do the -1 on that, and then 11 in blue. So this is going to be a mystery save because I don't have specific numbers for each color. So we'll do 2 yellows and a blue, and for this one we'll do -1, so we have $21 going in for this one. And one moment, well, let me see if I have change in here. Nope, just a 1. Okay, let me get some change. Okay, I took a 10 out and I got a 5, 2 2s, and a 1 for $10. So put that there. And we need 21. Yes, because this is 5. So 5, 10, 21. So we'll put 21 in, and then I'll color those circles. Okay, very nice. Yeah, and I like those markers because they don't bleed through. Even though they seem kind of wet when you color with them, they don't bleed through, which is nice. And they are these Shuttle Art dual tip dot markers. I mean, the rounded dot tip isn't great for coloring, but it doesn't bleed through. So anyway, so now we are at this one from Dawn. It's called Let's Ditch That Debt, and yeah, for this one, I rolled 2d6. No, I've been rolling 4d6. I've been rolling all these Eva dice. Let me just double check where I'm at before I get too crazy here. I have 2 games left. I have 20, 30, 45. Okay, yeah, because my goal is around $13 in here. So that seems like a lot. 4 dice. Is that what I really do? Oh, well, let's see what we get. Oh. Just right. I'm going to take these 2 out. Yep, 10, 17. That's okay. So, let me get the markers that I use for this. And we'll mark the ones I'm going to save and then I'll color them in. So 5, 9, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and 17. All right, I'll color those. I'll be right back. And $17. I did not save it yet because I'm still on the other envelope, so I try to save it before I do the coloring so that I don't forget to save, but I didn't, so we will do it now. So we have 10, 17, 10, 15, 16, 17. I'm not really counting this, but just in case, well, I can take this 10, these two 10s and get a 20. There we go. I guess it doesn't matter because I know how much this saves. This will save $6.75 when it's complete, and my goal is to complete it in a year, or within this year. I started it on January, poked a hole in it, I think the 4th. So my goal is to finish it this year, so we'll see how that goes. And I did some math. If you divide that by 52 weeks, if I put it around $13 to $14 a week, I should be able to complete it in a year. So anyway, it's beautiful. I love it. All right, and then we have this challenge. I said that's from Dawn with Dawn Sunrise Budgeting, right? I think I said Dawn's challenge, but maybe I didn't say. That's Dawn with Dawn Sunrise Budgeting. I will have it linked below, or her channel linked below. Okay, so the last one we have in this book, and maybe the last one for the day, because I think I already did everything else. Well, for long-term savings. I still have my daily minis that we'll need to do. The last one I have in here is our Ticket to Save. And this is a game from April with April's Fresh Start. And we are working on a destination card where you draw a destination card and you try to get from one destination to the other. We started in Los Angeles, so we're working our way, zigzagging. We went to Las Vegas, through Denver, back through Wichita, which we had already done that path, so we just saved that amount again. And now we're going up to Chicago and then down to Nashville, because that's where we're trying to get to. So we have these 3 dots left to get to Nashville. 1 for Chicago and then 2 between Chicago and Nashville. So to determine what we're going to do, I'm going to do at least those 3 because I'm not going to roll a D3 and then it tells me 2 and I just get that far and I'm 1 away. So I'm going to do those 3. So I'm going to roll my color dot die to see how much we're going to save for each of those circles. So the first one is yellow and that will be $4. So we will bring out a yellow and then let's see the other colors. And yellow again, so 2 yellows is $8, and then blue is $5. So we're saving $13 for this trip. That's pretty expensive for 3 little spots. Well, it's not, but it's more than typical that I've gotten so far. So I need 13, and that means I am going to have to break down one of these. Well, let me see. No, because we just have a 20 in here so far. So I'm going to have to break down a 10 again. There we go. We have a 5, 7, 9, 10. So then we can take 10, 11, 12, 13 and color in those 3 circles. And that does complete this one. So and pull the money that we had up front there. This one saved us $33. And we completed it on 3/15. 26. And I think I'm still trying to decide like when I'm going to close this out and stuff like that. So far, I believe I've just been clipping these together and leaving them in here for now. Okay, so we've completed 3. We went from Seattle to Los Angeles. That was the second one we did. So the first one we did was from Wichita to Seattle and saved $23. Then we went from Seattle to Los Angeles and saved $30. And then we went from Los Angeles to Nashville and saved $33. So this is so fun. And you don't have to do them in order like that. Like the fact that I ended in one place and then started in that place and then ended in a place and started in a place, that's not normal. Like that's accidentally happening because you just draw these, we have all these destination cards. So this game is amazing. You can go for a long time because like I said, even paths that you've already done, you can cross them again trying to get to another place. So you can go from anywhere to anywhere, and it's amazing. April, this is so amazing. Okay, so I have these cards, which would have been cool if I laminated them, but there's a lot and I don't really know how to do that yet. So, I mean, I haven't looked into it. I'm sure I could figure it out, but so far I've been making do. So I'm just trying to mix them up, and probably the fact that I don't mix them up very well is why but let's see if we have Nashville on our next card. We do not. So this time we're going from Seattle to Duluth. Okay, so we can, well, probably the only thing that makes sense is to just go straight there. So that's what we'll start on next time, is that path there. And I'll put these back behind. I just use this extra blank one because she put in blank ones in case you wanted to create your own routes. She has so many, I don't know what other one you could possibly need. But if there was one that you wanted to do that didn't happen to be in her deck that she created, you could create your own. I kind of just cut it out and used it as a dashboard. And then I'm putting my active one on the front. So there we go. We completed our destination card for today. And that is so much fun. Again, I highly recommend checking this out. I'll have her YouTube link below. And we have completed our long-term savings in this binder for today. Very nice. For March. There we go. All right. What we do have left, though, let me go ahead and close this up because we're done with this as well. Oh, nope. I always do that. I do have one more challenge in here. And this one is from Allie Bear Budgets. And on this one, you save the number based on the location of the letter in the word in the alphabet. So R is the 18th letter of the alphabet. So for R, we would save $18, 10, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. That's kind of crazy. Kind of cool. So I'm going to put this 2 in here and get 2 ones. And we will go ahead and save this 18, 10, 15, 16, 17, 18. This one is a very nice saver. You could definitely make it more budget friendly, add the numbers together, or save $1 per letter, $2 per letter. You could do whatever you want to do because it's your savings, they're your challenges. Do whatever you want to do. If it appeals to you and you want to play the game or you want to do the challenge, change it. Change how it works. Do it however works for you. So we've added the $18 in here, and let's see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, and 50 is 100. We're at $200 in this challenge now, so I can turn this in for 100. Let me double check that. 50, 70, 80, 90, 95, 97, 99, 100. All right, so I'm going to just drop that in my bank and grab another 100. So we're not even through March, and we still have another January letter to do. And we're at $200. That's amazing. But like I said, make it work for you. And it may not always work for me. There's definitely times when I would not have that 18 left after I did those challenges, and I could skip it. I skipped all of January because I wasn't sure if I could fit this in, and so if I came to a month or a week where I just didn't have it to do, I could skip it, and then a week where I have a little extra, I could come back. So anyway, that is the last one. I had a feeling when I was saying it before that it wasn't right. That's why I was hesitant. But we have completed our long-term savings for this week, and that was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. I hope you did too. The thing that I have left is I'm going to put this $1 back in my step 4 bank because we had one left after all of that. And then the other thing I have left is my daily minis. So we do this every day. This is what fuels the system, basically. Gets the funds started into step 1 so that they can move on through the other steps of the system. And I have changed the amount. It used to be $36 a day. We're moving to $45 a day based on some changes in our available funds for the month. So we're going to try $45 a day. If that doesn't work with our budget after a while, then I will adjust it again. It is a ever-changing, ever-evolving process, and just keep adjusting it to fit what you need it to be. But I do have $45 worth of numbers in these cards now. I added a 5 and a 4 to take the 36 up to 45. So those are in there. I rolled a D3 to determine how many I'm going to put for each envelope, and we are starting on envelope 9 today. And I will do that, and then we'll come back and talk about what happened.
Warm hands, but there's something cold in the way you are. The things you said had me going good, but it left a scar. You invite me and then you turn me down. Get my hopes up and then you're gone. I fall for every word that you say to me. So hard, being drawn to you so easily. I am stuck in a loop of chemicals. What's the point of this? But I don't wanna be alone. I keep looking at my phone, but you never call me. And then I see you on the street. Said your heart just skipped a beat, and that you miss me. It's always the same story with you, but I just cannot refuse you. I'm sad after this time that I'm out there, living with this rush. Why am I so curious? So curious, so curious. So curious, so curious. Your friends have told me just to give you time. Weekends are passing by like everything is fine. I know this is so delusional. I have lost my grip, but I don't wanna be alone. I keep looking at my phone, but you never call me. And then I see you on the street. Said your heart just skipped a beat, and that you miss me. It's always the same story with you, but I just cannot refuse you. I'm sad after this time that I'm out there, living with this rush. Why am I so curious? If I know that it's gonna end. So curious, so curious.
So that was a lot of fun. So envelope 1 was my challenge, recognizing World Down Syndrome Day, which is March 21st. So I finished that one with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then there were 7 total. So I started this one with 1. So these are $1 each. I didn't write that on there, but I will. Okay, so those are $1 each. And so we finished this one for $20, and it will go into step 2, envelope 1. So we will move that when we're done. And then envelope 2 is from Kelly with Boy Mom Budgeting, and this one got $5. So we added the 5. It needs one more to finish. Envelope 3 was from LV Budgets, and we finished this one for $30. And then we started this one. This one only needed $1 to finish it. And this $30 will go into step 2, envelope 3, because it came from envelope 3 here. And then we started the other one from LV Budgets, and we added 2 for $6 to start this one off. Each one is $2. And we did roll the D2 to determine if this was going to be $1 or $2 per icon, because I'm going to let this decide for me for a while and see how that goes. So that was fun. And then envelope 4 is this one from Amanda with Amanda B Budgets, and this one just got the $1. These are $1 each. Envelope 5 is from Crisscross Budgets, and I got $3, so I did one of the large flowers and one of the small flowers for 2 and 1, $3. And then envelope 6 is from Lazy Sloth Savings, and it got $3. No, it got $4. So I did the $2 flower here and this $2 bunch of grapes there. So we have $4 left on this one. Envelope 7, and speaking of envelopes, these beautiful envelopes are from Lacy with Blue Kiwi Budgets. I will have her channel linked below as well, so you can go check these out. They are so beautiful. And this one has a challenge from Savings Down Under, and it got $1. So we put that there. And envelope 8 is from Leah with Mahalo Money. And each of these icons is $2 on this one and $1 over here. So we added $4 today. I am going to go ahead and do this one as well, so that 2 is still on here, and then we have these $1 icons over here. So we have that one. We're going to be starting on envelope 9 again, based on where the dice landed. And we had $4 in this one, so we were able to color off that $4 circle. So we just have 6, 7, 8 left on this one. And then we're starting off, because it's Sunday, a new set of tinies. This one is from Jenny with the Dramatic Panda, and she did these 4 tinies that are very, very cute. And it got $9 today. And I was like, wow, that's a lot. And we don't have a whole lot of icons on here to last for a week. So I decided to go ahead and set this one at $2 each for these 2 and $1 each for these 2. So I did 8 over here and 1 here to kick this one off. And since it's Sunday, let's go ahead. I do this other times too, but on Sunday I like to be sure that I mention the host of this challenge. So this is the 100 Disney Sidekicks collaboration, and the hosts are Veronica with Weekly Budgets, Carly with Budget with Carly, Victoria with Toria's Budget, and Gloria with Save with Glow. And I highly recommend you go check out their channels. They have a lot of other pieces to this collab to make it 100 tiny challenge. There's a lot of other parts that you can do with it that are really, really cool. So I recommend you go check out their channels, and there's a lot of really cool tinies in here. But again, support the creators that you take freebies from. There's a lot of opportunity out there to get free challenges, and all you have to do is a little bit of your time and just check out their channels, subscribe, like, watch some videos. But and it's worth it because they're a lot of fun to watch. And so that's what I'm doing, getting to know these ladies. That's why I did watch, I ran the playlist, the complete playlist for the Budgeting RT this previous week while I was doing her challenges. And then I watched some of them as well to get to know her a little bit better, which was really cool. And then I will do the same for Jenny this week with the Dramatic Panda. I'm subscribed to her channel already, but I haven't seen a lot of her videos, and I do want to go check them out. And it gets a little hard because pretty soon you're watching so many videos, but I really enjoy watching them, so it's fun to meet new creators in the community. And that's what I'm doing with this collab. So that's a lot of fun. And that's what we finished there. Finished 2. So, oh, yeah, finished 2. So take the money out of the bank is next step. We need 20 for this one and 30 for that one. So 20 there. and 30 there. Okay. And since this is kind of new way for me to do this, this 20 goes into envelope 1. Oh, nope, not in here. That's not how I'm doing it. It still goes into the bank. I just created new envelopes at the back. So envelope 1 is number 7. I wonder if I should just keep the challenges in here till the end of the month. Well, I haven't been doing that, so I'm not going to this. I might do that next month. So that challenge was money went into envelope 1, which is number 7. And then envelope 3, which is 9. So just subtract 6, and then that'll tell you where you're at, is getting this $30. So I'll put that there, and I'll put this in the completed challenge box. I still have access to that box if I need it. So that's the bank that I'm using for step 2 now. So there we go. We did a whole bunch of stuff today, and if you're still here, thank you so much for sticking around. I appreciate it. If not, I completely understand. It's been a long video. I hope that you're having a fabulous Sunday, as I mentioned earlier. I hope that you will come back tomorrow. I do mega minis on Mondays usually, so I'll see what I have in step 2 that we can work on some of those. And I hope I'll see you there. I hope that you're healthy and happy, and that I will see you real soon. Bye.
I can feel the heat is rising.